Our lesson for today is about internal fixtures and fittings. Let us know everything about it. Fixtures are items which are attached to the property, fixed, if you will. Fittings are items which aren't attached to the property, unless by the slenderest of fingernails or more likely, screws. The terms fixtures and fittings are two confusing words in the context of real estate. There is no legal definition for these two words, so many people face problems attempting to distinguish the difference between fixtures and fittings. But it is generally accepted that fixtures are items that are secured or fixed to the walls or floor, whereas fittings are the items that freestanding or hung by a nail or a hook. Fixtures are fixed or attached to the walls or floor. They can be considered as permanent items of a house and are not usually removed when the house is sold. Kitchen units, bathroom suites, sinks, toilets, bath, etc. Plugs and sockets, light fixtures, built-in wardrobes or cupboards, central heating systems, etc. are some examples of fixtures. Fittings are items that can be removed from the house if the house is sold or rented out. Although there is no set definition for fittings, it is generally assumed that freestanding items belong to fittings. Beds, sofas, tables, refrigerators, washing machines, carpets, curtains, lampshades, television aerials, kitchen appliances, etc. are some examples of fittings. Difference between fixtures and fittings. Fixtures are items in a property that are attached to the building, or fixed if you prefer. Fittings, meanwhile, are items that aren't attached to the property unless by a screw or nail. The difference between fixtures and fittings is whether or not they are physically attached to the property or the land it occupies. Fixtures are things that are physically fixed to the property and can't be easily moved or lifted. Fittings are either freestanding like most household furniture, or loosely attached with nails or screws like pictures, hooks, etc. What is Ta-10 form? A Ta-10 form, also known as the fittings and contents form, clearly outlines what is and what is not included in the property sale. Put simply, this is a list of items that are included with the home, usually because it is a fixture or fitted to the property. This becomes part of the final contract. The form is a legal requirement and part of the conveyancing process when buying and selling a residential property. It must be completed by the seller and should be clear, concise, and honest. Sellers can consult their conveyancer if they are unsure of any element of the form. The Ta-10 form becomes legally binding once contracts are exchanged. Schedule of doors and windows. In its broadest sense, the term schedule simply refers to a list. That can be a list of items, activities, events, information, and so on. Schedules may be appended to other documents, such as contracts. Window and door schedules are a convenient way of presenting complex information about the different door and window sizes and types that are specified on the contract documents to ensure proper installation. Drawings may refer to window and door schedules by use of a code corresponding to a door or window type on the schedule. Door schedule. A door schedule is a document which has all the information a joiner will require in selecting the correct door for a designated position, as well as the correct ironmongery that has to be fitted to each door. Doors are often indicated on drawings with a number in a hexagon, while windows are often indicated with a letter in a circle or diamond. Some schedules will also include an estimate of the time and/or cost involved with installing each window and door, helpful information when calculating the total cost of a project and then staying within a budget. Commercial versus residential door schedules. In their basic formats, commercial and residential door schedules are similar. The principal difference is that given the complexity of large commercial projects and also the requirements of local building codes, commercial door schedules are typically longer and more detailed. They are more likely to include information such as the thickness of the door material and its fire rating, as well as requirements, for example, that a door always be left unlocked for safety reasons. Window schedule. As there are typically more windows in a house than doors, a window schedule will often be longer than a door schedule on residential projects. Much of the information on a window schedule is, however, similar to that in a door schedule. It describes the location of windows, their types, their dimensions, often the manufacturer's model number or name, and details about the material that windows and their frames will be made of. As with a door schedule, additional notes may clarify the work expected of the contractor. Commercial versus residential window schedules. As with door schedules, the basic format of window schedules in commercial blueprints and residential blueprints are the same. The main difference is, again, that a commercial window schedule will typically be a longer and more detailed document given the greater variety of window treatments, materials, installation requirements, and hardware on commercial projects. Partition and ceiling works. Partitions are non-load-bearing walls that separate spaces in buildings. Structurally, they only support themselves and do not support or transfer primary loads from other parts of the building. Ceiling, the overhead surface or surfaces covering a room, and the underside of a floor or a roof. Ceilings are often used to hide floor and roof construction. They have been favorite places for decoration from the earliest times, either by painting the flat surface, by emphasizing the structural members of roof or floor, or by treating it as a field for an overall pattern of relief. Partition wall. A divider wall, typically non-load-bearing, used to separate spaces in residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. Its most common use is as an office partition wall used to create separate offices or meeting rooms. Partition walls can be made from glass, brick, metal, and plastic and used in offices, homes, warehouses, and retail. They can be purpose-designed to incorporate doors, windows, or openings and are a great solution to modern interiors. Types of partition wall. 1. Brick partitions wall. 2. Reinforced brick wall. 3. Hollow and clay brick partition wall. 4. Concrete partitions wall. 5. Glass partitions wall. 6. Straw board partitions. 7. Plaster slab partition wall. 8. Metal lath partition wall. 9. AC, sheet or G, sheet partitions wall. 10. Wooden partition wall. 11. Lumber partitions. 12. Asbestos cement partitions. 13. Double glazed window. 1. Brick partitions wall. Brick partition walls are only made of plain bricks and can be 3 types, such as reinforced bricks, bricksnogged, or hollow bricks. 2. Reinforced brick wall. Reinforced brick is much more durable due to the placement of reinforcements. 3. Hollow and clay brick partition. Hollow concrete block partitions are designed for individual units of concrete. 4. Concrete partitions. The concrete partition wall consists of a concrete slab, plain or reinforced, supported laterally by vertical members. 5. Glass partition walls. Glass partition walls are made up of sheet or hollow glass blocks. 6. Straw board partitions. Straw board partition walls are useful where the transference of partitions is frequent. 7. Plaster slab partition wall. Plaster slab partition walls are manufactured from burnt minerals or plaster of Paris, mixed with wood. 8. Metal lath partition wall. Metal lath partition walls are skinny, strong, durable, and inconsiderably incombustible. 9. A, C, sheet or G, sheet partitions wall. These partition walls are economical, lightweight, and rigid if appropriately created. 10. Wooden partition wall. Wooden partition walls are lighter in weight and simple to construct, neither soundproof nor fireproof. 11. Lumber partitions. Timber partitions are the wood framework that is supported on the ground below or by sidewalls. 12. Asbestos cement partitions. Asbestos cement partitions are lightweight in weight, impervious, durable, watertight, and fireproof. 13. Double glazed window. A double glazed window is employed for acoustic insulation. Ceiling. The overhead surface or surfaces covering a room, and the underside of a floor or a roof. Ceilings are often used to hide floor and roof construction. They have been favorite places for decoration from the earliest times, either by painting the flat surface, by emphasizing the structural members of roof or floor, or by treating it as a field for an overall pattern of relief. Types of ceiling. 1. Conventional ceiling. 2. Suspended ceiling. 3. Coffered ceiling. 4. Tray ceiling. 5. Coved ceiling. 6. Cathedral ceiling. 7. Shed ceiling. 8. Beam ceiling. 1. Conventional ceiling. A conventional ceiling construction type is commonly found in homes. These ceilings have a standard drywall finish and are made of lower-cost materials, requiring easy installation. 2. Suspended ceiling. Sometimes referred to as a dropped ceiling, hangs from a metal grid below the existing ceiling that is already in place. 3. Coffered ceiling. Commonly found in high-end homes, churches, libraries, and hotels, coffered ceilings reflect a classic, even luxurious, aesthetic. A pricier option than conventional options, coffered ceilings require installation by specialists who are familiar with this variety. 4. Tray ceiling. Multi-level ceilings, they start from one height, then drop as you add levels. As the name suggests, the ceiling layout resembles a tray. The flat ceiling on the outside of the tray surrounds the raised center, which is the highest part of the ceiling. 5. Coved ceiling is typically found in formal rooms, theaters, or churches. The Vatican, for example, houses one of the most famous coved ceilings in the world. 6. Cathedral ceiling. Cathedral or vaulted ceilings are known for their inverted V shape, where the tip of the V is the highest point and the sides of the V slope down. 7. Shed ceiling, or single slope. Ceilings are typically found on the top story of a home, either in the attic or loft. 8. Beam ceiling. Typically found in hallways and corridors for commercial settings and living and dining rooms for residential settings. Built-in cabinets and shelves. Built-ins are exactly what they sound like: furniture or shelving features that are built directly into the interior of a home. They can take the form of everything from pantry shelves to entertainment centers, office cabinetry, and even reading benches surrounded by bookshelves. Built-in bookshelves and other units provide added storage and display space, plus additional design elements to any room in your house. They often solve unused space issues. Think under the stairs, a wide hallway, or in a closet, and maximize the functionality of a home's square footage. Advantages and disadvantages of built-in cabinets and shelves. Advantages. 1. It makes space bigger. If having a smaller space is an issue, a built-in space can help address it by giving you more room to move. 2. An option to customize the design, gaining the freedom to choose designs that suit your taste and needs. 3. Spruce up and decorate. Built-in shelves are not only meant for storing your items, as they can also complement your interior design. 4. Easier to organize. When your rooms are free from clutter, keeping them organized will not be a problem. 5. Safeguards items. By adding a built-in shelf, you will be able to keep your items safe and secure. Disadvantages. 1. Built-ins are expensive. Custom anything in a home is pricey because it's being built from the ground up for your unique needs and your space's dimensions. 2. They limit the room's usage. For all we've been saying about built-ins making the most of the space, they put very clear limits on what you can do with the space if you ever decide to change things up. 3. You can't take them with you when you move. When you sell your home, built-ins are considered fixtures and stay with the property. It's even listed in the sales contract unless you negotiate otherwise. To measure your understanding about the lesson, here's an activity for you to answer. Good luck! Thank you for listening.